Hey yo, football fans, it's another great year. Fantasy football fiends, grab your beer. Giving you the best draft tips for all your picks. Starts and sits to the waiver wire fix. From mock drafts galore to stats that's hardcore. Triple F does it all, have y'all screaming more. So sit back, relax, let the experts prevail. JT Magnum, Siggy Guns never fail.
What's up, fantasy football fans? My name is JT Magnum. Welcome to the waiver wire pickups of week 6. It's crazy how long it's been and what's going on this year. But we're going to get into it. And first and foremost, I'd like to take this time out to just make some points again. I like to make points during the waiver wire picks video because it's a little shorter than the other ones. So first and foremost, I want to thank everybody for their help in the comment section. Like I said, I have like a couple jobs. I have a pregnant wife. It's hard for me to make a lot of videos. I work early in the mornings. I work sometimes till late at night. So it's a little hard for me to come home quickly, make a video, and then, take off. And that's what I do. And a lot of people think like I could just put out like tons of videos. And I'll try to do my best to do that for you guys, to get out videos, and I'll discuss it just in a quick second. But it's like I said, I'm a one-man team here. I do the videos, I record, I edit, I produce, I make thumbs, I create, I do pretty much everything here for my channel. This is my channel, this is my baby, and that's what I do. It's my hobby. If I was making big time bucks and being able to do this on my own, as in doing this for a living, then hey, it'd be great. And I'd like to thank you guys for that. But at the same time, if I was able to do that, then yeah, I could produce tons of content. But like I said, I have a full-time job plus a part-time job plus, like I said, I have a family, I have a wife and kid, and I got things to do. But anyways, so I'd like to thank everybody for their help in the comment section. Like I said, I try to get to them the best I can, the most I can. I mean, whether it's at work on my phone sometimes, whether it's, just passing by, if I'm in the car, my wife's driving, I try to get to them on my phone. I try to just answer the comments as best I can. But thank you to all you guys that do that. But also, there's also, with the thanks comes also the people that don't do that. Just please, if you're going to come to the channel, there's a right way and there's a wrong way to do things. Number one, if you want to post links in my channel to your channel, it's cool and all. I'm not one of those YouTubers that care about that kind of stuff. I don't care if you're trying to do that, but there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it, guys. If you want to post links to your channel, don't sit here and put Siggy and I down or call us names or call people names and say we suck and this and that and follow us and please go to my channel to do this. That's not the way to do it. If you want to do the things the right way, be nice. Seriously, if I have no problem with people going to other people's videos and checking them out. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with all that stuff. I'm all about support. I'm all about everybody, making everybody, get, subs or doing better for themselves, because I started from nowhere when I was doing this, and, I get a good amount of views from my videos, and I appreciate you guys for that. But there's a right way and there's a wrong way to do things. You don't see me going to other channels saying this guy sucks. You don't see me going to Fantasy Footballers posting my links saying these guys suck, go to my channel, or you don't see that. And the reason why I don't do that is because that's not right. It's just not a right thing to do. It's just the wrong thing to do. And like I said before, there's no use in arguing about fantasy football. There's no use. You don't call people stupid for their decisions because you don't know how the players are going to do. You don't know. You can call somebody, you could say somebody's going to do good one week and they do. You could say somebody's going to do one good one week and they don't. You could say somebody's going to do bad one week and they do end up doing well, like Matt Ryan again, who I'm never going to sit again. But still, the point is, nobody wins when it comes to arguing about fantasy football because everybody's going to be right and wrong. I'm going to have a lot of right picks. I'm going to have some wrong picks. You're going to have some right picks and you're going to have some wrong picks. But there's no use arguing about it. It's better to join together, collab together, and just chill and just have a good time, just helping each other out in fantasy football. That's what it's all about. And that's just the wrong way to get noticed. I'm more than likely to check out your channel if you're cool about it. Leave a link. I'm more than likely to check out your channel, subscribe, and I'm more than likely to give you some shout outs on here. I don't care. It doesn't hurt me to give somebody a shout out. It just helps the other person and it helps people, get along as a network. And that's what YouTube is all about, at least in my standpoint, in my opinion. Now that that's being said, DraftKings tournaments, once again, I don't make money off you guys. If you guys would like, I can host free tournaments. There's $0 tournaments. I don't know if you have to pay money to join DraftKings to do the $0 tournaments. In other words, like you have to deposit like $5. I know you have to deposit at least $5 in DraftKings, but you might be able to not deposit $5 and play the free games. you might be able to get by on that. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that. I'm not sure. But if you'd like, I could play some $0 games. That way we're actually playing for fun and nobody's winning money, but we're just winning bragging rights for the week. I can do that if you like. I can host some 60, 70 man, because I know there's 80 people in the league. So if I host it, you guys will get the notification, and then you can join the league, and we'll just do it for bragging rights every week. And I can shout out the person that won. It's up to you guys. You guys can let me know in the comment section if you want to do that. Also, I'm planning on doing a DraftKings video and a sleepers video. I'm going to try to do that for you guys this week. I'm going to try to stay on point with that. So Mondays will be my Niner news videos, which if you're a Niner fan, then you get to watch that. That's why I wear the Niners gear. Also, the waiver wire pickups for that week will be on Mondays. Tuesdays, our Stardom and Sid'em show. Wednesday will be the Sleeper show. And Thursday will be the DraftKings show, where I talk about some of the DraftKings high value picks, and then I'll discuss, some lineups for that week and things like that. I've actually been doing pretty well in DraftKings. And I would love to be able to show it to you, but I'm not sure if I can show you my info on the screen. I'm a little nervous about showing personal bank, especially when it comes to money information. But I deposited $25 into DraftKings this year, and so far I think I'm at $70-something, $76 I think it was. And I only play, the only times I ever play like dollar games or things like that are when we play like our tournaments, but they never seem to work out. So I end up not playing the dollar games. So I end up playing quarter games because I'm a cheapskate. I gamble for fun. That's why, like I said, it's always about the fun for me. And I like to gamble 25 cents games here and there. And I like to play a lot of the free contests. They give a lot of like high money free contests. So I just try those out. And I'm up like $51, I think it is, on DraftKings so far this year. And it's only like week 6. So I'm actually doing pretty well. If I could post those, I would have. Sometimes I tweet them out and things like that, but you can feel free to check those out. But yeah, that's it. So let's get into the waiver wire picks, guys. The first one, I think I've mentioned him before, I'm not sure, but Adam Thielen from the Vikings had a great week yesterday. If you haven't picked him up already, pick him up. He's not owned in most leagues. I know that he's I think it's like 6 or 7% or something like that in most leagues, but Stephon Diggs went down. He didn't even play yesterday. And as soon as he didn't play, I actually inserted him into my DraftKings lineup and actually got me some pretty good winnings in the first early afternoon games. That's a great pickup. Quiz Rogers, just hearing this now. Sims has been put on IR, so now that leaves Doug Martin and Sims hurt for the Bucs. So Quiz Rogers is getting the start. And if you're watching this is tonight during the Monday night game. He's getting the start. So he's a good pickup for you guys. James White from the Patriots. Now that Brady is back and spreading the ball around like it's no tomorrow, James White becomes more popular, especially if you're in the PPR leagues for running backs. James White is a nice pickup for you guys. Number 4, Bobby Rainey from the Giants. This is where it gets a little tricky because Darkwa's been the guy right now at the moment, and Rashad Jennings when he comes back. I'm not sure how this is going with the Giants because they seem to be running like all kinds of like different running backs all over the place, including Paul Perkins. Excuse me, but Bobby Rainey seems to be the guy that he's getting a lot more opportunities and a lot more catches. So he's getting the receiving catches. So if you're in the PPR and you're looking for a plug-in here and there, Bobby Rainey is that guy. And you never know with the Giants because you never know. They seem to be going with the hot hand. And right now nobody's been hot, so they've just been trying everything. Number 5, Devontae Adams with I'm not sure about Cobb. Check Randall Cobb's status, but I know he got injured late in the game on Monday night. I would check his status, but that makes Devontae Adams a little bit more popular. And he was already having a pretty decent season as it is. He gets like 4 or 5 catches a game. So like another guy, if you're in PPR and you're handcuffed and you need somebody to plug in, Devontae Adams is a pretty good solid pickup, especially if Randall Cobb gets injured and he ends up going opposite Jordy Nelson. Ladarius Green. Here's a guy that the Steelers, I think they're on a bye week this week, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, or not on a bye week. He's set to come back week 7. I know that was the target date, so you want to pick him up now while you can, because if you pick him up now while you can, he might be a guy that you can be able to plug in and be able to get some quality yards. What's his name? I can't think of his name, but anyways, their tight end right now has been doing pretty well and catching touchdowns, and And when Ladarius Green comes back, that's just a more athletic tight end. He's the guy they thought would be, the good replacement for Heath Miller when he left. And I just think Ladarius Green is he's gonna go off. As long as he's healthy, he's gonna go off. He didn't get a chance in San Diego, obviously, with Gates there, because Gates is just phenomenal. And now he gets his chance with Ben Roethlisberger. That Steelers offense is amazing. Cameron Meredith from the Bears. This guy surprised everybody. Everybody thought that Eddie Royal was going to be the man. I thought it. I thought you should pick up Eddie Royal because maybe possibly him along with Alshon Jeffrey. But it turns out the number 2 wideout ended up being Cameron Meredith, and he was getting lots of opportunities with Alshon Jeffrey being covered or double covered, taking up most of the defensive coverage. They went to Cameron Meredith a lot. He's 6'3". He's big. He's pretty solid, fast, and pretty much ran good routes. I saw him yesterday. He shook the living daylights out of Patrick Robinson of the Colts and en route to the end zone touchdown that he had. And he had like 130 yards on like 9 catches. I mean, that's a phenomenal first game for him. Being able to start like that. And I think they just pretty much moved Eddie Royal to the slot, left him in the slot and left Meredith on the outside. And I mean, he did perfect. I mean, you can't ask for more in your first game starting like that. Number 8, James Starks. Eddie Lacy was injured late in that game. He had 11 carries for like 81 yards, but then he got injured and he was taken out and never came back. And here's a guy that you can pick up Starks for handcuff. Not sure if Eddie Lacy is going to be out, but you want to monitor that situation. And if you have Eddie Lacy, you might want to pick up Starks. Try to pick up Starks if you can, because everybody else is going to try to pick up to handcuff you. So hopefully Eddie Lacy's fine. But if you're in need of a running back, Starks is a decent pickup. It's also he catches balls out of the backfield as well. So for your PPR guys. DeAndre Washington from the Raiders. Here's a guy mostly for standard leagues. He gets a lot of rushes. He gets the majority of the rushes, I believe, for the Raiders right now until Latavius Murray comes back. He's been pretty solid, minus I think he had a fumble or 2 here and there, but he's been pretty solid for the most part. He is a rookie, but they really like him in Oakland, and I think that he's a pretty solid pickup. But the only problem is him and Jalen Richard, who I'm talking about last, Jalen Richard for the Raiders. Here's a guy that catches a lot of balls out of the backfield. He seems to be their receiving back. So it's so hard with running backs in the NFL. There's only select few like Ezekiel Elliott, Le'Veon Bell. Even Le'Veon Bell has D'Angelo Williams that can spell him, but Le'Veon Bell never comes out, and he's always a must start. But still, there's all these running backs that just have handcuffs. Devonta Freeman this year with Tevin Coleman, you see. Tevin Coleman was supposed to be, sickle cell anemia. He might not even play. Turns out he plays, catches 4 balls for 132 yards and a touchdown. He's just phenomenal game. And you're like, what the heck? So all these running backs with these double-headed running backs, so it's hard to figure out who's going to be the one each week going to touch it. So try to do your best to investigate which team does well against the pass and which team does well with the run and which one's your running back they're going to be used the most that week. It's hard. That's what makes fantasy football so hard to predict. But these are guys you guys can pick up. Now these are guys that shouldn't be available, but if they are, grab the living daylights out of them now while you can. The first one is Jordan Howard. If you haven't grabbed him by now, he's probably gone. I mean, he's been a pick. I've had him since like week 3 or 4. If you go to my website, I had him I think since week 4 I believe for a pickup. Waiver wire, along with number 2, Chris Hogan. I've talked about him at the beginning. Now that Brady's back, he's gonna probably explode. Sure enough, Brady comes back and the guy gets 100 yards off like 4 catches, and then he gets hurt. But still, I think he'll be fine. He should be able to play next week as well. Number 3, Jeremy Curley, the only bright spot for my team, the 49ers, but he's getting a lot of catches for your PPR guys. He's actually getting a touchdown here and there, and he's been a solid receiver the last 3 weeks. Tyrell Williams from the Chargers, he's probably a guy that's not going to be available. Obviously, when Keenan Allen went down, he was a hot commodity. Some people jumped on him. Some people might have dropped him because he had a one bad week or 2. And then now he's obviously had a great game yesterday, so now people are probably going to jump on that bandwagon again. And the last one, Jay Ajayi, with Arian Foster still nursing that injury. Jay Ajayi had a pretty solid game yesterday, had a couple touchdowns. So these are guys that, I mean, they shouldn't be available, like I said, but if they are, grab them while you can. I doubt some of them will be available, but if you're in one of those kind of leagues where maybe there's 10 teams, maybe 8 teams or something like that, these are guys that might be available that you can pick up and stash on your bench. All right, so that does it for the waiver wire pickups. Guys, if I didn't mention anybody, it's not because I don't like them or not because I don't think about them. Just feel free to talk about it in the comment section. Let me know who you guys like and things like that for waiver wire pickups, or let me know if you have any questions about some guys that I didn't mention for waiver wire pickups. And like I said, for the Start 'em and Sit 'em show, we don't mention all the players that we can. We only mention 3, and then we talk about 1. The reason why we do that is because we don't have time to make an hour video for you guys. I just don't have time to do all that editing, all that stuff. I only have a select amount of time. Siggy has a family as well, and he's got things he's got to do along with his career and his job. So we get together, and like I said, I'm in New York. Siggy is in Texas. We get together, we collabo, we record, and then he goes his way, and I quickly edit videos and put it up for you guys. And the reason I do that is to try to get them out as fast as I can on Tuesdays before everybody else puts their videos out on Wednesday, so that I can, be first. Basically, I like to be first, so that way nobody says I copy them or things like that, because I don't want to copy nobody. Nobody wants to copy anybody. Anyways, that's why I do the things I do. That's why we only mentioned 3 guys. So if you don't have a guy mentioned in the starts and sits, you don't have a guy mentioned in any of our videos, it's not because we're not thinking about them. It's just because we just don't have time to talk about every single dude and every single player. So if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section, and we'll try to get to them the best we can. Okay, guys? Hopefully that sums it up for you guys. Sorry about the long video, but at the same time, I feel like it's informative. I feel like you guys should understand where we're coming from, what we do here, and how we do it, and why we're here for you to be able to do this, to do this show. And like I said before, thank you all for the comments. Thank you all for the subscriptions, and thank you all for just being awesome, awesome fantasy football fans. All right. So best of luck in your week 6. Stay tuned for tomorrow. That's when the starts and sits will be up with Siggy and I. And stay tuned for the rest of the week with the sleepers and hopefully the DraftKings videos. If I can hopefully get to them, make sure you pray for me. Make sure I can get those. Make sure I can get those videos done, because it's hard this week when I'm a little busy with work. So we'll see what happens. All right. So once again, thank you. Peace out, guys. Peace.